Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, your host, Luckymarine. A little bit of a hang up there, but it'll be fine. Who needs de-stressing? Wow, everyone's just been up to their eyeballs in contaminated water down here, and they do not like it one bit. Alright guys, well let's do a little bit to de-stress you. Turn it. Yep. You get on the table. And let us research. We already are. But I turned these off, didn't I? Right. We'll enable you two. We will make gas permeable tile under here. Your electrolyzer creates the hydrogens, so it's worth noting where your electrolyzer is and either putting a vent maybe through whatever structure you're building. So maybe electrolyzer here and have you vent up to a hydrogen pocket at the top of your base, just so that it doesn't have a chance to permeate into your base itself. For us, we're just going to collect in this tiny pocket here. We'll dig it out a little bit as well. We'll probably get rid of... No, we don't use algae, do we? Any point in collecting the algae? Not really. It's good practice. Alright, yep. We'll collect that. We'll get some ladders up. We'll want a decent amount of space up here. And then again, we'll create a shelf, much like we have here. We'll get, with again, gas permeable tiles. And we'll put our gas pumps up here. And then pump the gas probably straight into here. We can always turn off everything else, and they'll have free reign of the pipe work. All right, off you go, guys. We also need the research done because we want to experiment with filtering out of the gases. We'll have to, I don't know, we'll build a separate filter room, I think. Now, I'm not too bothered in the long-term aspects of this colony. Usually I'd be out ratching for water and just trying to collect it and get it here, but no. The long-term goal of this colony is just the testing out of the gases and pumping them through various liquids, as we have been doing so far. I will deconstruct you two, and we will put ladders in, and again we'll deconstruct. Well, we'll deconstruct the wall first. That might force the gas that's here how much? 250 grams of contaminated oxygen gone. Contains 5.1 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So it looks like the carbon dioxide accumulates actually in the vent. The contaminated oxygen accumulates one adjacent. Now deconstruct these as well. In your own time. So what falls at the end? Is that just what the vent is made of? Copper ore. Yep. Sandstone, granite, gas pipe. Yep. So we're getting rid of kilograms worth of gas here. Right, yep. Deconstructs it all now. Much like on this side, we will pull the vent back out. Oh, we need the gas pipe going. I've got 2 people researching. This is going to be good. As soon as we can get... Don't need the air scrubber. Do not need the air scrubber at all. As soon as we can get the gas filter, we'll have a little bit of a mess about with that. Last time I tried the gas filter, it was a bit weird. So we'll give it another go. How much hydrogens are we building up? Not that much, actually. Not that much. Let's build 1 tile there as well to try and... Cause it's going to hit this wall and then go either side. What we want... Nope, not that. What we want is it to hit this, get kind of trapped in here, and then get forced through the gas permeable tiles above here, because it can't really work its way back down. Alright. Who needs struggles? Struggles? Who needs cuddles on stress relief? See, this is what I mean about 2 words. My brain is like, right, mouth, you've got an option of these 2 words. Which one do you want? And my mouth's like, we'll take both. You can either have stress or cuddles. Which one do you want? We'll make struggles. No, no. Who wants cuddles? On the bench. Or stress relief on the bench. Celeste, go on. Get yourself on there before you wheeze off. Alright. Oh, we're back to this little bug again. This is the animation you get when someone snores. The only time we've run into this before is when a snorer has died. Which is rather ominous, but we still have 3 population. Right, have we sorted this out yet? Are you unreachable? Let's prioritise you at a 9. So get off your asses and come down here and do it. People are waiting for this. Powering through the research though. Fair enough. And plumbing. Not really too bothered if they wee in this anymore or vomit in it. It's just we already know. We already know that it doesn't affect the water. Out and a gas vent. Alright. So that's us back to pumping stuff. No thank you, not just yet. Yeah, this is what happens if you leave the mealwood like this too long. It goes to this. And then after this, it just drops its fruit, as it were. I don't know. Are they fruit? Is it fruit of the mealwood tree? I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone know? Do we have enough copper for this? Yep, 20 tons. More than enough. Let's prioritise this as well. Let's get this done. Cycle 27 report. Don't care. As long as they're alive and as long as they're still working on what we're working at, then that's fine. Can we move you? You're just creating contaminated oxygen. We could do with you being built over here. Let's put our toilet. There. It will add to although I don't want them going to the toilet at night. So let's do that as well. Let's build him in there. If he goes to the toilet, if we have people going to the toilet at night and they stumble across this little critter, then they're gonna have to duel him to the death. Last time we overpowered him. 3 of us overpowered him, but I don't know. On a dark night, when he gets you on your own, anything can happen. Alright, so you're all sorted down there. I could do with these toilets. Actually, no. Let's prioritise building them in, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Also, deconstruct that. And no, I can't. Yeah, come. We'll let this contaminated water into here. I know it's not needed, but nice to get 4 vents on the go as opposed to just the 3. Alright, so that should be him. Fully locked down. We'll prioritise you now. Get the toilets. I know it's very silly what we're doing. He won't be let out. But he's got some stuff in there, he can eat that. Hey? Sorry, talking to my cat, who suddenly decided to come and have a look at what we're doing. Alright, let's deconstruct you. Alright, I'll let you have a poo first. Be quick. Looks like it was quick. Deconstruct you. I like the air freshener that's hanging off the roof. Right, now the waste that's from there, if we build a storage compactor in this vicinity, just there. And when we built it, I'll show you. But where you have your toilets, this is what happens when you have cats around you. Obviously didn't need my phone. Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, anyway, when you have a storage compactor and it's set to accept everything, you end up accepting contaminated dirt, and it emits contaminated oxygen. So they then throw that contaminated oxygen into one of your bins somewhere if you've not set it not to. Let's prioritise that at a 9 as well. If you're not set them not to chuck contaminated dirt into bins, then they end up leaking. Yes, we've trapped him. So you'll just see it belching contaminated oxygen everywhere, and we want to corral contaminated oxygen into a very specific point, and then ultimately just get rid of it. Oh, it's not exactly a good base layout, I'll give you that much. So organic and just contaminated dirt. And because it's the only container set to accept contaminated dirt, this should happen pretty quickly. You'd hope. Maybe. We may have to persuade our little dudes. Yep, you're not. Nope. Too busy making more contaminated dirt. Right, let's sweep this then. How are we in terms of... Okay, 3 left. Decent amount of food as well, which is nice. It's just something that you don't have to worry about, and I like it. Picking up sand. That's alright. I could do with you picking up contaminated dirt though. Let's disable you to save a little bit of power. I don't know if it does save power, but could do with it. Can you? Alright, that is gas filtering. So we'll want it before this, and we want everything to go into it. Kind of. So let's have a look. From here, from the white into the green. Then from the white into a vent. But what happens to the, what's the pink? What the hell's the pink? Where's the pink go? Maybe we can click on it when it's built. We'll have a look. Come on, get rid of this contaminated dirt. Yeah, try not to have your toilets too close to where you live. If we can push all the contaminated oxygen this way, that would be a help. We might even... Nope, don't need the scrubbers. Might even research the part that gives us the decent doors. Where is it? Here we go. Sanitation Sciences. Go for the manual airlock. I always choose the manual airlock. I don't really use the automatic, the mechanized airlock. It's a little bit slower getting through these doors, but it's not a drain on your power source. A drain on your power source for no real use. Alright, skill increases. Who's more skilly? Construction is at 3. Superb. I still like how if the building here, then I'll hear it out of my right ear, or if they're sucking up water here, I'll hear it out of my left ear. It's that directional kind of sense, like the guy running on the wheel. I like it. It's that kind of level of attention to detail that pleases me. Alright, so we don't have an orange outlet. I assume you mean the white outlet. Filtered gas output. So we would want let's have a look. Gas piping. So we would want pretty much everything to feed into the green side, wouldn't we? Deconstruct gas piping of you and you. So we want everything to feed in to a gas filter. A gas filter or 2. We'll probably end up getting 2. We then want deconstruct gas pipes, you and you, and put you in there. We want to filter out the only thing that we can't filter out. Oh, there we go. Oxygen. We want to filter out the oxygen, and so the oxygen will go to where we live. Now we vented out in our living quarters. The rest needs to be going this side. So we need a wonder if there's a way of flipping these around when you place them. There is. Alright, we'll do that then. Right, deconstruct you. You press O to flip things. Which is nice. Like if you wanted to flip a door, like with the manual airlock. I tried, but it doesn't stop. We tried like here. If we had a small buildup of helium, I wanted to be able to let it out as and when I wanted it to be let out. So I tried just a door on its side in the floor, like this, but it was a manual airlock. So, but it didn't stop. I didn't think that it stopped anything past it, going past it, because we looked on this screen, and where it's grey is where it's not letting gases through, but this, where the door was, it was like this kind of colour, or this kind of, yeah, it was like this. So in my mind that was letting the oxygen out, so I gave that up as a bad job. Alright, we'll get you destruct. No, with some of them you have to actually click on the item, but no, it is getting deconstructed. And we'll get this done. Guys? Someone? Yeah. And we will get this. We'll flip it. Alright, so it was there to begin with. We'll try there. We'll try there, and the gas piping. You're coming that way, and you'll have to come in. It's my shaky hand again. You'll have to come in from the top. We'll cancel you for now. We're gonna have of course, we're gonna have hydrogen as well coming in, aren't we? So we'll build in that now. It can feed directly into this pipe. So hydrogen feed into the contaminated oxygen feed, both feed into the top half of this filter. Yep. We have a gas pipe bridge there for the oxygen that we're going to be filtering out, which will pass over you and go up its own little shaft. Shaft. Here. I wish my hand would work sometimes. Go up its own little shaft here into the living accommodation. Kind of. Living, working accommodation. So that'll be oxygen. Any oxygen that does. I mean, it's not going to be pumping out oxygen constantly, but it's going to stop the oxygen from clogging up our waste tank. And then the rest of the gases, no matter what they are, come out of here and link straight in to there. Deconstruct, gas pipes. Yep. So we have carbon dioxide being fed straight into one side. we have that being joined by the contaminated oxygen that gets fed in along with the hydrogen all into one side. Any oxygen that ends up coming through this end immediately gets filtered out and off on its way. We then, the rest of the mixture then gets pumped into our capture tank, which will stop the oxygen clogging up these pipes. Okay. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be put into action in the next episode. I have been Luckymarine. You, as always, have been amazing. Join me next time for pipes. Lots of pipes, really. We're going to need quite a lot of power to power it, so I think we're going to have to build some more mouse wheels, a few more batteries. So we'll probably get a battery room sorted out. We may end up tinkering around with multiple gas filters. If we filter out, we might filter them out to their own separate tank. I don't know. We'll have a mess around. We'll see. We still have to test if the hydrogen works. We haven't chucked that into the system yet. So yeah, I hope you come back and watch that with me and my cat Dylan, who's now sat on my lap. Okay, do take care. Yeah, I know.